Good evening. You are tuned in to AWANI Tonight with me, Cynthia Ng. The Dewan Rakyat has passed the Jurisdictional Immunities of Foreign States Bill 2023 after receiving majority support through a voice vote. However, this was met with uproar by several opposition MPs who voiced their dissatisfaction with certain provisions, which were seen as granting excessive power to the Prime Minister.
Kalau berlakulah saya nak guna seorang Perdana Menteri yang akan ada perkara-perkara yang boleh menyebabkan the superpower picit dia. Picit lah.
Yang berhormat. Bulan puasa ni picit apa yang berhormat?
Squeeze yang berhormat. Jadi sebab itu nanti
Cik kuih lah.
Dengan power yang ada di sana, power to exempt ini menyebabkan dia boleh menggunakan kuasa ini. Yang berhormat sana akan bertanggungjawab.
Pengarang MP Azalina, however, said that the bill should not be treated similarly to the National Security Council Act 2006 or Act 776, as it does not stipulate sovereignty.
Yang berhormat cakap pasal kedaulatan. Kota Baru cakap pasal kedaulatan. Saya kata kedaulatan tak ada dalam isu ni. Kedaulatan dalam Akta MKN.
Saya tak cakap pasal kedaulatan yang boleh mengakibatkan kedaulatan.
Kekebalan, dasar kekebalan yang berhormat ialah reciprocity. Kalau dia tarik kebal kita di negara asing, kita tarik kebal dia di sini. Itu saja yang kita minta. Bukan kita nak cakap pasal kedaulatan. Yang berhormat tak betul lah. Yang berhormat baca sikit-sikit. Baca daripada mula.
Azalina also clarified that the decision would not rest solely with the Prime Minister, but would be based on the decisions of the 12-member Foreign State Immunity Council. She added that the bill was presented and consented to by the Council of Rulers last year, as stipulated in the Federal Constitution.
The government is coming up with a new scheme to restructure the rice industry. Agriculture and Food Security Minister Datuk Sri Mohamad Sabu says intensive consultation is currently being done with all relevant stakeholders, including paddy farmers, associations, suppliers and wholesalers.
Iaitu kita akan umumkan masa terdekat 2-3 hari ini satu skim baru. Tapi jangka panjangnya itu lebih daripada penstrukturan semula han beras dan padi negara. Dan semua terlibat, termasuklah kita akan buat libat urus dengan ahli-ahli parlimen di hadapan ini. Supaya semua beri pandangan ini masalah negara. Bukan masalah parti mana, bukan masalah kaum mana, tapi masalah negara yang perlu tuntutan penyelesaian bersama.
Mohamad added that the new scheme is necessary as the self-sufficiency level of the country's rice supply currently stands at only 62%. The ministry, he said, is planning to open new paddy farms in Sarawak, Sabah, Johor, Perak and Pahang to further increase the supply of white rice in the country.
The government has no plans to peg the ringgit as of now. Second Finance Minister Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan says the current economic situation is not the same as when the ringgit was last pegged in 1998.
Amir Hamzah explained that in 1998, the stock market fell by 76%. But since the beginning of 2024, the stock market has risen by 6%. Foreign debt was also more than 16% of GDP in 1998, but now it is only 2 or 1%. In terms of national reserves, the central bank has reserves of more or less 13 billion ringgit, which is much better than the 26 billion ringgit recorded in 1998. However, the minister noted that the government is indeed sensitive to the issue of the ringgit and will strive to address it. Amir Hamzah also added that analysts predict that the ringgit will stabilize at a better level this year, possibly at the 4.50 level against the US dollar.
The government is conducting a feasibility study on the need for a lemon law to strengthen consumer rights in the country. Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Minister Dato' Armizan Muhammad Ali says such a law will provide a way for consumers to claim compensation for defective vehicles.
Setelah kajian selesai, satu keputusan dasar di peringkat kementerian akan dibuat sebelum penambahbaikan rangka kerja perundangan dilaksanakan.
While Malaysia already has the Consumer Protection Act 1999, Armizan noted that it did not cover consumers with defective vehicles. Under the proposed lemon law, Amirzan said consumers would be able to file claims or seek redress if they receive a vehicle that does not meet the quality standards promised by the supplier and cannot be repaired.
Plans to enforce licensing on social media platform service providers are still being fine-tuned. Deputy Communications Minister Teo Ni Cheng says the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC) is in the process of finalising the framework.
Cadangan penguatkuasaan pelesenan ini disasalkan kepada penyedia perkhidmatan media sosial dan perkhidmatan pemesejan internet messaging services dengan izin yang boleh diakses oleh pengguna dalam Malaysia mengikut kriteria penilaian yang akan ditetapkan. Cadangan penguatkuasaan pelesenan yang bersasar ini juga dianggap sepadan atau proportionate dengan izin memandangkan ketersediaan kandungan mudarat yang tinggi di dalam platform media sosial dan pemesejan internet.
Separately, Teo said a study was being conducted to enact the Online Safety Act. She added that the bill could be brought to Parliament for approval by the next sitting. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned for more.
Social media memang powerful. Orang ni senang percaya online. Termasuk dengan app yang saya develop.
Kau alpha doh. Diorang mesti ikut cakap kau.
Get it done. Info peribadi yang anda upload memang safe. Susah sangat tu nak percaya cakap kan? Hanya saya yang tahu. Stream ID bila-bila masa di mana juga. Shh. Your secret. Safe with me.
Welcome back. The United States has confirmed the death of top Hamas leader Marwan Issa in an airstrike conducted by the Israeli Defense Forces (IDF) last week. As deputy military commander, Issa would be Hamas's most senior leader to die since the war began on October 7th. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan confirmed the matter during a press briefing on Monday. But the Palestinian group that controls Gaza has not officially commented on reports of Issa's death. The Israeli military has killed a number of Hamas's senior leaders since October 7th, including Hamas political leader Saleh al-Aruri, who died in an explosion in Beirut. According to Sullivan, US President Joe Biden had expressed his growing alarm over the rising number of civilian deaths in Gaza in a call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He said Israel had the right to go after Hamas, but warned it would be a mistake for Israeli forces to enter Rafah, a southern Gaza city where an estimated 1 million refugees have fled during the war. Singapore's opposition leader Pritam Singh has been charged with lying under oath in a case involving a former lawmaker from his party. Pritam, who is also chief of the Workers' Party, pleaded not guilty. The case involved former MP Raisa Khan, who had accused the police of mishandling a sexual assault case in 2021. She was fined 35,000 Singapore dollars after she was found to have lied about the incident and has since resigned from the party. Raisa later said that Pritam had encouraged her to continue with her story despite knowing it was untrue. A parliamentary committee tasked with investigating the incident later concluded that Pritam had not been truthful in his testimony while under oath. If convicted, he faces up to 3 years imprisonment, a maximum fine of 7,000 Singapore dollars or both. The Bank of Japan has raised interest rates for the first time since 2007, ending the world's only negative interest rate regime. While the move was Japan's first rate hike in 17 years, it still kept rates near zero, as a fragile economic recovery will force the central bank to be cautious about any further rise in borrowing costs.
The central bank set a new policy rate range of 0% to 0.1%, moving from a short-term rate of negative 0.1% after saying its inflation target was in sight. The BOJ also scrapped its complex yield curve control program while pledging to continue buying long-term government bonds as needed. The BOJ additionally decided to stop buying risky assets such as exchange-traded funds ETFs and Japanese real estate investment trusts. With inflation running above the BOJ's 2% target for well over a year, many market participants had predicted an end to negative interest rates either in March or April.
The number of marriages in South Korea rose in 2023 for the first time in more than a decade, supported by pent-up demand from couples delaying tying the knot during the pandemic. The data by Statistics Korea, however, did not point to a sustained rebound in a rapidly aging society.
The slight increase in marriages last year comes after South Korea's fertility rate, already the lowest in the world, continued to fall in 2023 due to women's concerns about career advancement and the high cost of raising children. According to the data, a total of 193,657 couples got married last year, up 1% from the previous year and the first increase since 2011. That compares with a 0.4% drop in 2022, when South Korea began easing restrictions on social gatherings imposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. The restrictions had caused the number of marriages to fall by 9.8% in 2021 and 10.7% in 2020. The 2023 figure, however, remains well below the 239,159 marriages seen in 2019 and compares with an annual figure of more than 320,000 recorded 10 years earlier.
Bangladesh, Pakistan and India were ranked the top 3 countries with the worst air quality in 2023. All 3 recorded particulate matter levels around 15 times the World Health Organization's recommended limit. Average concentrations of fine particles, also known as PM2.5, reached 79.9 micrograms per cubic meter in Bangladesh, 73.7 in Pakistan, and 54.4 in India for 2023. The WHO recommends no more than 5 micrograms. Only 10 countries and territories met those standards last year: Australia, New Zealand, Finland, Estonia, Puerto Rico, Bermuda, Grenada, Iceland, Mauritius and French Polynesia. The Swiss Air Monitoring Organization IQAir said the poor air quality in South Asia was caused by agricultural practices, industry and population density. It added that the human-caused climate crisis, driven by the burning of fossil fuels, played a key role in influencing air pollution levels. Authorities in China's Sichuan province have evacuated nearly 3,400 people affected by forest fires. Rescuers from Sichuan and Yunnan provinces activated a Level 4 emergency response due to the fires, which have been raging since last Friday.
The fire started near Baizi village in Yajiang County of the Gars Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture. Sudden strong winds hit the site of the fire on Sunday, causing it to spread rapidly over several mountain ridges in different directions, resulting in the formation of 3 main fire sites. Local authorities moved quickly to evacuate people from 11 villages to safety. No casualties have been reported. The Yajiang fire zones are located on steep slopes, making it difficult to transport firefighting equipment. Recent dry weather and strong winds are also posing additional challenges for firefighters.
That wraps up AWANI Tonight. I'm Cynthia Ng. Thank you for watching and good night.